Hi, this is Mr. Cronin with another delightful tutorial on technology. Well, I think they're delightful. You might differ. But today's topic is going to be about our calendar program, which is very closely associated with our mail program. If you haven't checked it out yet, well, shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. If you are in mail and if you look up at the top of your mail, you can see another link to calendar. You click on it, should take you to a screen that looks hopefully similar to this. And if it doesn't look like this and there are no events on here, it probably means you haven't added calendars like these over here: Computer Lab, Professional Development, or MCCPS events. If you haven't added these yet, what I would recommend doing is clicking on this little plus button next to other calendars. And what you can do is search for MCCPS. Now, I've already done that, but you can click search, and what it will do is load the different calendars which you can add in there: MCCPS events, Professional Development, or the Computer Lab. And you can click to add these calendars to your calendar, and once you do that, they will all appear here. And you can choose nice, beautiful little colors for each one, so you can tell the different events apart from each other. You can also add in events to your own personal calendar by just clicking on the appropriate date and maybe entering in a description. I'll call this, let's see, it's Sunday. Well, I'm going to be sleeping. And I won't add that to the Computer Lab calendar because obviously, you know, who wants to know when I'm sleeping in the Computer Lab? But I'll add it to personal events, and I'm going to edit event details. This will bring up another screen where I can put in a little more information, like whether it's an all-day event or whether it's from a specific time or not. By clicking the all-day on and off, if you click it off, you can then add individual times in there. Just as a note, in Safari, doing these date ranges is a little bit tricky. In fact, in some cases it may not work. So as always with email and calendar, I'd recommend using Firefox. It's a little more effective just overall, but if you're desperately in love with Safari and using it here is the only thing that you do, by all means go ahead. Just be forewarned that adding date ranges or time ranges for events on the calendar is a little more difficult, so use Firefox. The end. So you can add individual dates and details and of where the event may be, or descriptions of the event altogether. I'm going to click cancel though. And one really sort of neat feature is to be able to share information, you know, across with other people. So you can see that we've been sharing the Computer Lab, Professional Development, and MCCPS events. So for instance, this session here is listed, and if you get the Professional Development calendar, you should be able to see this event. So it's a great way to sort of share information, see what is going on for the day, and what may be going on in the school in general. One thing you might like to do is create a calendar for your grade level or your particular subject area. So for instance, you want to create a calendar for your grade level. Next to My Calendars, you can click this little addition button and a calendar will appear. And let's say I want to create a calendar for, we'll do the 7th grade. And we'll do 7th grade calendar. And description, we'll do Miss Barnett and Miss Youngblood Rock. And let's say we'll do location Marblehead, MA. Country and time zone are listed here. It is important to get these right because if you do choose specific times for your events, and many of you would be doing that, that if you get the wrong time zone in there, it will mess it up when it appears to other people. So for instance, if somebody is in the Eastern time zone and you've got this set for Central time, it will probably be an hour off. Another great thing to do with this calendar as well is to share it, because sharing is caring. And one of the things you can do is share this, like if you want to put assignments for exhibition up there or field trips or things like that. I'm going to share this information with everyone. Now, of course, a warning comes up asking you if you're sure you want to do that. And since hopefully in this calendar you don't need to put any personal information like doctor's appointments or when you're getting that thing that's growing on your back removed, you can share it. Click yes. And another thing you can do as well is share it with specific people so they can add in information as well. So let's say I want to share this with Janet. You can see her name pops up. I'll click on that. And instead of just seeing all event details, I'm going to change Janet's settings so she can make changes to events. So that means she can create her own events on this calendar if she's got an assignment to add, or add more detail into something that I created. And we'll put Danielle in here as well. And I'll click on her. She'll pop up and she can make changes to events as well. And once that's all done, I can create the calendar. And again, it warns me it'll be invisible to the entire world, including Google searches. But yes, that's okay. And now you should see appear over here the 7th grade calendar, which you can, again, choose to have it appear its own nifty color. We'll do this puke green. There you go. So any events for that particular calendar will appear in my calendar as puke green. So if I want to add an event, let's say on Wednesday, I want to add an event of we'll be playing computer stuff with 7th grade. Now I don't want to add it to the computer lab, I actually want to add it to the 7th grade calendar, and I'll create the event and it should appear down there. The events that have the colored are all-day events. The ones that are just the colored text itself have a specific time associated with it. So this was an all-day event. Another interesting thing that you might want to consider doing is adding it to your web page as well, so parents and other people can take a look at it. You could also send it as a link in an email, but what you can do if you click on calendar settings is, since I am sharing this publicly, is look at different addresses, and if you click on HTML, box pops up. This is actually, this gobbledygook up here is actually the web address for this particular calendar. And now it says you can embed it in your website or blog, which I'm sure all of you want to go out there and add these calendars to your blog. So you can go nuts. And you can, if you click on the link itself, you'll see what somebody at home might be looking at. Now, in this case, they're looking at a whole vast of empty space because I've only added one event. But in theory, if you get the information in there, you get due dates due. This is a great tool to sort of update assignments sort of dynamically. Instead of handing out that one exhibition calendar at the beginning of the trimester, you can update it as you go, change events as you need to sort of reflect what's going on in the classroom, and not sort of be chained to a calendar which was passed out months ago and is no longer accurate. So even if you are planning backwards, things do get in the way, so it's a great way to sort of keep people up to date. But I'd also recommend too, if you do change something on here and it's something that somebody was expecting to happen at a certain time, you might want to let other people know. So don't just change it on the calendar and assume everyone's going to be checking it, because they don't always, as Nina and I can probably tell you. But you can create your own calendar, update it dynamically. You can share that information with people. You can add several faculty members to this, so you can all input your dates into one calendar, and you don't even need to be in the same room at the same time doing it. You can do it as you go and see what other people have up there. So it's a great sort of way to share information and get the word out. Give it a try, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me email, and I will respond if you ask me nicely. No, I'm kidding. You don't even need to ask me nicely, but you probably should. All right, that's enough for today, and thank you for your time.